We have new reporting over at Dropsite News by Roger Sollenberger on Representative Cory Mills. We can put this first element up on the screen. Sollenberger has been investigating Mills for quite some time, and this is the first in a series of pieces that we're going to be seeing. But this one broke because Miss United States filed a restraining order yesterday against Mills. Now, the backstory here involves a story that you may remember from previously. If you recall, there was a Republican congressman, and it was Mills, who was accused by his live-in girlfriend in Southwest Washington, D.C., of domestic violence. She filed a police report. She later, as often happens in cases like this, recanted, and it was a very convoluted story about how she had bruises, but it wasn't his fault, and on and on. So if you remember that story, the fallout from that in Mills' personal life, according to Lindsay Langston, was that she discovered that he had a girlfriend in Washington, D.C. She was his girlfriend living in Smyrna Beach.
It's one way to find out.
At the time. She asked Cory Mills about this relationship, and Mills, according to Langston, said, and a lot of this reporting from Sollenberger is based on text messages and videos that he sent to her. So we don't just have to go by her word here. By the way, she is a Florida Republican State Committee woman, as well as being the reigning Miss USA. He told her the news made the whole thing up, that he never had a girlfriend there, that this was a completely fabricated event. Not just that he didn't hit her, but that the whole thing doesn't exist. She then, not being a moron, finds a bunch of social media posts with this woman and him. She's like, okay, like this is clearly, it seems to be the case. This happened. Like you're lying here. So then they break up, and that's where it gets really bad. And Cory Mills sends her, an intense number of threats, which she then reported to the police. So there's a police report that she filed in July, followed by this restraining order. And according to the police report and according to Roger's reporting, she shared text messages of all of these threats, threatening her, threatening anybody that she may date in the future. If you want the sort of details, I recommend you go read the Dropsite piece. Mm-hmm. But I think what you'll come away with, and what I came away with from it was, I understood Cory Mills to be quite something, to put it delicately. Mm-hmm. I was stunned.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's beyond what your baseline assumed level of crazy.
Well, on top of all of what you just explained, Cory Mills, it should be noted, was at least previously seen as a real up-and-coming star among
it's like
members
a vet
of,
and
right, Republican House of Representative, the conference. He was seen as like a big deal, somebody who would have a big future in Republican politics. And so this is a fairly significant development because I think a lot of the buzz around him since Sollenberger started doing his reporting on Mills has dissipated. This has been a saga that's played out over months now with the reporting. But Ryan, the other thing that's worth mentioning is I believe the girlfriend who filed then retracted her comments,
right,
or who made and then retracted her comments about being abused, is Iranian American, right, and works with an Iranian activist group. Mills is an arms dealer, right? He's also not fully divested. If I'm remembering this correctly, he is not fully divested from his defense contracting work.
Right. No, not at all.
Okay.
Yes, he's still heavily invested in arms dealing.
So on top of this being clearly an affair, and I think the abuse allegations being very credible, though she did retract them. I mean, I've covered a lot of cases like this. I can't say for sure what happened. It looks to me more likely than not that they're accurate, but of course can't say that because can't say that with certainty because she's taken them away.
Right. She said she got the bruises days earlier. Someone fell at the airport, or like just stuff that wasn't even trying to be credible.
Right. It didn't check out. So, and again, she may genuinely just be sincerely dedicated to the cause that she's advocating for. But when you put all of these different parts together, with him being a defense contractor, a member of Congress who's not divested from that business, being in this ostensibly two-timing relationship with somebody who works for an Iranian-American activist group, those things are likely not a coincidence. Yeah. There's something happening behind the scenes.
And in the restraining order, she says like after she blocked him all over the place on Instagram, blocked his number. He would call from the Capitol. Presumably it was him calling from the Capitol. She didn't pick up the phone, but she showed a screenshot of the call from the Capitol. He would create new Instagram accounts to message her with these various threats.
Right.
And Roger has also spoken with a number of three other former romantic partners who shared anecdotes very similar to the ones that have been public, which, like I said, family program, we don't need to get into any of it now. And so there's a lot more to this story and to Congressman Mills, and we look forward to rolling that out in the not too distant future.
Well, a lot more. So The Blaze has already picked up your story, it looks like, but so The Blaze has done a lot of reporting. I don't know if they give you credit or not, or if they got this individually, but the Blaze has done a lot of reporting from the right on Cory Mills, which is quite interesting. Cory Mills' wife, so by the way, he's married. he's been separated from his wife since, I believe, 2022? And on top of that, his wife is, I believe, Iraqi. I think she's actually from Iraq. So there's just so much strange stuff happening in this story that could be like complement reading Roger Sullenberger's piece in Dropsite with the reporting in The Blaze, because there's a lot of it. They had a really long story a few months back that was fascinating on this question. So there's definitely something more happening. Wouldn't you say, Ryan? I mean, you've reported on this type of thing way more than I have. It just seems like there are a lot of unanswered questions about what maybe is behind the things that have been disclosed publicly.
Oh yes, so there's a lot more to this. The arms trafficking, the business relationships, yes, there's a lot going on here.
This is the lead of a Blaze story from earlier this summer. Cory Mills, the Florida Republican who has in recent months faced allegations of stolen valor, undergoing a secret Islamic conversion, holding weapons contracts with the federal government when serving in Congress, and domestic violence, appears to have leapfrogged into yet another scandal, this time over a luxury apartment in Washington, D.C. And they are citing the Sullenberger reporting here. So
where like he didn't pay rent for like $80,000 worth of rent, and like he has millions of dollars of corporate debt tied to this arms trafficking. Yeah, he's actively voting in one of the key swing votes in a divided Congress. On matters that directly implicate his arms business. Great point.
So good reporting, and thanks for bringing this story to us.
We're gonna have more.
All right, let's move on to Aaron Baker. Speaking of Florida men, we're going to talk a little bit about Randy Fine with his Republican primary opponent, Aaron Baker. The primary is coming up in over a year at this point, but Baker is gaining traction online by speaking out against Randy Fine's odious comments on the Palestinian people in Gaza. So let's bring in Aaron now.
Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show ad-free and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.